Hello, my friends. If you didn't get a chance to see the last week, I had a great talk with Mel Dizon, the Director of Education and Content with the Davis Phinney Foundation. I'm going to put a link to that video down below. It was so awesome to talk with her, and during our discussion, we got some awesome questions, and it was a great question. So we were talking about Carbidopa, Levodopa, and did I feel the need to take more, what was my story with taking Carbidopa, Levodopa. And so this question came in that was this. So the dosage and timing of Carbidopa, Levodopa, you decide on your own? It's such a great question. It's subtle, but it's there in it. In that we all have our own needs when it comes to Carbidopa, Levodopa. And I think we've also got our own philosophies and beliefs about it as well. And I want to expand a little bit more on this, because what I would have wished that I had answered it would have been, I would have said, my body determines the timing and dosage of my Carbidopa, Levodopa. And so I'm going to explain and kind of expand on that. But I usually leave the please leave a comment part for the end of the video, but for this one in particular, I really would love to hear from you. I always love hearing from you regardless, but for this question in particular, and I'd like to know how you would answer that question. Do you determine the dosage and timing of when you take Carbidopa, Levodopa? Does your body? Have you talked with your doctor about it? Has your doctor said, no, you need to stay on the exact times that it's prescribed? Have you not brought it up to your doctor because you're nervous or you're afraid to take more Carbidopa, Levodopa? What has been your experience, your timeline with taking Carbidopa, Levodopa? And so those are the questions that I have. And I said in the video with Davis Phinney, with Mel, that I'm so grateful that my doctors, they let me experiment, and I mean, basically, I needed more Levodopa. It was an absolute necessity for me. I was prescribed 3 in the beginning, and that seemed to work for a little bit, and then I needed more and more, and I do really believe that it had a lot to do with the job. Not necessarily the place I was in with the disease, but I felt like it was just the demands of the job. I always needed to be on. For me in particular, in the beginning, the 3 seemed to work. Then what started to happen is, as you know, I started to kind of, adjust to my Parkinson's body. I don't know if it's a natural process of just adapting to the medicine, or if it's something that happens as the disease progresses and you've just had it longer. But I say this over and over again, but I know the second that my body needs Carbidopa, Levodopa. Oh, hello. That's Bandit. I'm gonna keep him in the video. I know the second that my body needs it. It's my left side that's affected. I can feel my arms starting to feel a little bit heavier and move slowly. My leg, everything on this side just starts to slow. Even my speech a little bit. I notice that I stutter a little bit more. It's like my brain moves faster than my mouth can. But so I don't know if that's what it is, but okay, so along with that, so that beginning period, which I would say was probably around, I'd say maybe it took me about 3 years, I feel to find kind of an official sweet spot. And over the course of that time, that's also when I was getting the random dystonia. Not daily, but it would just kind of come out of nowhere. And that was, I would say it was part of my adjustment period and getting used to what it's like taking Carbidopa, Levodopa, and then just getting a feel for it and my body on it. And I can't not think that, or I wonder, I'm curious, had I not had such a physically and mentally demanding and draining job at the time that I was diagnosed, would my trajectory with Carbidopa, Levodopa be what it was? I mean, the thing is what I have found with Carbidopa, Levodopa is that every day is different. And so because I'm taking the small amount, but over the course, frequently throughout the whole day, every day is different. So for example, when I wake up in the middle of the night, sometimes I'll get 4 hours straight of sleep. Sometimes I'm lucky and I get 5 hours straight of sleep, which is just wow. but that is way beyond my normal, 1.5 to 2 hours. So then if I sleep, 4 to 5 hours, I'm taking less. Hopefully that makes some sense. And so like there's where I feel like that fluctuation comes in. And then also for women, as I've discussed before too, 1.5 weeks right before my period, everything changes. My medicine it's just not as effective. And it wasn't like that in the beginning. So, I don't know if that's a progression thing as well, or if, it's also because I'm 47 now and I'm getting closer to menopause, but I can definitely feel the difference. So that's it. My answer is basically, the short answer is my body determines the time and the dosing. Each day is different, so there's a little bit of variability, not like something dramatic. It's not like one day I'm taking, between like 10 and 12, and like the next day I'm taking between like 20 and 30. It's not that dramatic. So I would love, again, to hear from you, and I think it would be really helpful for people watching this video as well to hear from you and share your experiences with us. And as always, thank you for watching my videos.